Hello.
Hello. What's happening?
Hello
It's playing
again.
over and over and over again.
Did you put it on auto repeat?
Oh, auto repeat.
I don't know. Hope not.
Oh, I know what's happening. There we go. Okay. Okay, so I don't know if it was auto repeat, but I think I had YouTube running because I was looking for the link, and so, oh my gosh, you'd think we were off for a week and going somewhere, busy and whatnot. Anyways, welcome to Ask Aleš Anything, the March edition, and we're a week later for those of you who were looking for us on the first Wednesday of the month. But Aleš and I were both in the air flying. Well, I guess I was flying. I think Aleš was getting ready to fly to Roots Tech, which was all of last week, and was a great success. And it was the first time I got to meet Aleš in person. So,
Likewise.
Yeah. Yes. And do you remember what the first thing you said to me, Aleš, when you saw me in person?
Yeah.
The first thing he says, I thought you were taller. So, yeah. Well, I'm sitting down in my chair, most times when I'm live casting. So. Okay. Maybe
today you don't look that tall, but usually you have the camera lower, so
like
this.
Up
again. Yeah, like this, something like that, and then it looks like you are.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, my hair looks like my granddaughter is here this morning, so she likes to mess my hair when she arrives. So I think that, anyways. But anyways, it was great, Aleš, meeting you face to face and in person. That was nice. So, and Aleš answered a lot of my questions while I was there.
I don't have any questions anymore.
But we do have one question that was added to the G2G post, so we'll start with that. But those of you who are in the chat, let's see. Let me just check the chat, see who's there. Betsy was the first one in, and she said she's going to be watching us or listening to us while doing some morning chores. Lisa's here. Hello, Lisa. Steve 80 is here, and Donna Bowman. Hi there, Donna. And Karen. And yes, Craig and Aleš are WikiTree. That's funny. Oh, very kind of you. There's lots of people that make up WikiTree, and I was privileged to get to meet a lot of them. And thanks to those who are here and others who came and commented on our live casts and everything that we do. So that was great. Did you get a lot of questions at Roots Tech?
Not the ones like I'm getting here. They were all more technical. So since I was mainly speaking with Jamie and Brian and Chris, so it was everything was very specific.
Very specific. Okay, good. So those of you who are in the chat, if you have queries about something to do on WikiTree, how to pull up certain data using WikiTree Plus or whatever, just enter them in the chat and we'll get to those. But let's start off with the question that has been posed by Bill Fight. Is it possible to formulate a WikiTree Plus search that retrieves all the persons who were born in Virginia between the years 1920 and 1930? There we go. Yes.
Yes, it is.
So, it is. Short answer, yes, it is possible.
You can just enter here a decade, so 1920s. And this will, as it is written on the help page, this will show all profiles. So the decade is listed down, I think. Nope. So here it limits the results to the profiles that were living alive in that decade. So basically born before the end of the decade, they died after beginning of the decade. So all living persons that were alive in that decade are returned here as a result. So now we here, if we we put in 1920. So as you can see from the dates, they were all alive. And now if you want to only the people that were born in this decade, you can add not 1910s. That means that they were not alive in previous decade. And this will now return only the profiles that were born in 1920s.
Very clever.
So that's it. Now we can also see how many of them are there.
Okay.
So let's put 50,000. Oh, even more than 50,000, which is, it's normal.
It's a whole decade of people.
in 19th century.
And then if we want to add that they were born in Virginia.
Yeah, you just add Virginia.
Let me just add.
And it will limit the list to those born there.
Right.
And it's still over 50,000 profiles.
Yeah. So that one was born in Michigan. Oops. So is there,
Oh, I'm not
birth
sure.
location or something?
I think I should put this before not, like this, yeah. Not does, if you place the not qualifier in, it means for all all additional values. So I was actually adding not Virginia. So this is the correct order.
Right.
And now we have 40,000 profiles.
Yeah. So if you look at there, so Justin, the first one there was, he died in Virginia. So there's the Virginia connection, but he wasn't born in Virginia.
Okay, if you want to limit that to birth, then you can add birth.
There's a keyword, right?
Yeah, birth location, or well, we can actually birth region will be the correct one. Equals Virginia. So those will find also those that use state initials and so on.
Oh, so VA would count.
Yep. West Virginia is also coming in.
So how specific? So is Bill in the chat? How specific is West Virginia? Is that going to ruin your day?
Well, you can put under not. You can also add.
You can say not West Virginia.
Yeah, not West. Now we will have really only the Virginia ones. Oops, something was wrong. Nope. I think. Yep. Okay, now we only have Virginia.
There we go. Good. So so we have 12,825 Virginians born in the 20s.
Yep.
Cool.
If you want to extend then best is to make separate. I don't know. I didn't quite understand that. Also, if she was also wanting the one born in 1930s, but you can just change the decade and that's it.
Right. Yeah. Good. Okay. Well, that worked out. That worked out well. Nice.
There is another possibility to get birthplaces.
Yeah.
So that is birth by time, and so if we go to birth dates.
Oh, look at Bill is here. There you go, Bill. Nice.
Okay, so this is an example for for born in certain decade. You can also use the century. So you can put a query like 5th century, and you will get all born in 5th century. This the century is actually, this one is not checking lived in the century, but was born. It just returns the ones that were born in that century.
Okay.
This was done a long time ago, so
Mhm.
at the time I wasn't so precise. But this with the decade is better because you can limit the results to the decade.
Right.
So that is one that's interesting. And then if you want to search for certain years, you can also use the B or D prefix to the date. So that would be, you can say born 1923, and it will return only the profiles that were born in 1923. Or you can also add May of 1923. So it will just give you all from the May.
Look at that.
Or even the date. So let's say 17th May.
Okay.
And
Nice.
you can get, and the same for that date, you have the same possibility. Although if you include just a year, it also returns those that have explicit date, but because I'm checking just the year in that case.
Right.
It's not, so this is, I think with these date options, you can find almost anything that you want.
Right.
So interesting, there is an interesting search also, so you can do let's say 1890s, 80, and then 1910s. So you can list, or actually you can just list the last, so to 1980s. So let's see who were living for 100 years.
Right.
So
because without anything in there, it means it's an and search, right?
well, no, but if someone, yes, it is an end search, and but I don't list all the. I don't have to list all the between years because when you all the in between dates are also your assumed living. So
right.
1970. Oh, actually, no. You can. No, it's okay. Yeah. Because the in between, if you have there is slight difference if you have just one date. So then I cannot assume how long the person lived. So in those cases, it's only the that decade. It's not a range of decades. If someone is still living, for instance.
Okay. So we only have it's
no, it's 50,000.
How come we're only seeing like 10 of them?
Well, what you are seeing is defined here. So page size by default for HTML is 10. So you can increase that to 100 profiles per page. And now we have 500 pages with 100 profiles on it.
Okay. Because up until now, it seems like we've always had lots of profile, or maybe that just each of the records took a lot of room, and so it looked like it was large. Was when we were doing the dates for the Virginia, were we getting only 10 per page?
No, it was, yeah, no, that's the default because you can't really
right.
There is no need to generate a page with thousands of profiles if you will just want to see the first few.
Right.
Then once you fine-tune the query to exactly what you want, you can then increase the page size.
That makes sense.
To bigger one, and now we will get 50 pages. Or if you export to Excel, it go even more are exported.
Right. Great. Okay. We do have a few. questions or comments in the chat, so that's nice.
Okay.
I'll just Steve
Bring
asked.
them up.
What's that?
Bring them up.
I will. Okay, so Steve's asked, do we have a WikiTree Safari extension for the iPad?
Well, WikiTree Plus is not an extension, so it works also on Safari. But if you are talking about the WikiTree extension, it is not done for Safari at the moment. It is on a to-do list, but I'm not. I don't use Safari, so I don't know exactly what needs to be done for it to work.
I know Jamie's working on that, Jamie Nelson, and she's getting closer, but she has a long to-do list of things. So I don't think, and she hasn't promised a time. I'm not going to promise a time for her, but I know she's been working hard on that. There already is one extension. The Sorcerer extension works on the Safari. So that we know that we know it's possible to happen, and we know it will happen in time. So we just there's a lot more hoops to jump through to get an extension on Safari, because it has to be compiled on a Mac, and anyways, there's more technical stuff that has to happen.
But I think you can run Chrome on Safari, isn't it so?
Yes, you can run Chrome on Safari.
Then you have a possibility to also use extension in Chrome.
I believe so. Yes, I think so. So you should be able to use the browser extent, the WikiTree browser extension that's in the Google store, the Google Chrome store on iPad. I should double check that. I have an iPad. I could do that. I won't do it now, or else I will get distracted and won't be able to pay attention for the rest of the hour. But anyways, it's coming, Steve. And what was he? Yeah, so then he just commented to Donna has a question here. I would like to see what other types of outputs for the data other than just displaying on the screen. So Donna?
Okay, so here on a general search, you have a possibility to select the output format. I have 4 defined. So HTML is the default one. This is what we are looking at. Let's reduce this back to a lower number. Then you can also export this to Excel. So if I select Excel, now here the page size is ignored because it has no meaning, but the max profile number is used. So now we will get 50,000 profile into an Excel file, which is a lot. You should usually use a lower number. I mean, it's not, the problem is then also if you put too many profiles to the file, it can be a problem then to open it also, because it comes several megabytes, and then it's also, oh no, actually, oh, the page size is used.
Is it?
Okay, yeah, you see just 20 profiles were exported. But for that, you have an option Maximal, which will give you the system maximum for Excel.
Okay, good.
So now it will be bigger.
Yeah. The other, I'm not sure if this qualifies what she means. The other types of output, the map is another way of sort of viewing the same information too. I mean, it's not.
Yes, but it's still displaying on screen.
Okay.
Okay, I mean,
other than just playing on screen, right? Okay, then. Yeah. Okay.
So now I have a full. Now here it will be probably 50,000 profiles, but it takes then much longer to open and view. There are the formatting in Excel is slightly different, because here each field is in a separate column, so you can then take advantage of sorting and so on. Also, here are full name, birthday, also the status. Okay, status fields. I also export birth country. So you can then, this is the derived country based on the location. And all statuses. Here is additional field of estimated date, which I calculate.
Can you share
there
the
is
screen?
no.
Can you share your Excel screen? Is that possible?
I am sure sharing it, doesn't it?
No, I'm only seeing the WikiTree Plus page.
Huh, okay,
let's sharing your browser
stop
window.
Sharing.
Okay.
Maybe I didn't select correctly. Share screen. Window left. No. Entire screen. Okay, now it will be.
Yeah.
At the stream.
There we go.
There you go.
There we go now.
So we have derived countries, then also estimated birth date. In case there is no birth date entered, I do the estimation, so I can place the suggestion in correct century to list and so on. And then additional fields are then categories and templates, managers, orphan account, then the tree ID. The ones are connected to global tree, and this one is not. This one is not. Then also marriage data is exported if it's present. So it has a few more fields than the simple Excel, than the HTML format.
Right.
Then you have also separated values. Let's reduce this so it will work faster. This actually creates an ASCII file with separated with commas that can be then imported to some editor, to Excel or some other editor or database. So this is actually kind of imported, although not correctly. But no, actually it is. It's not split. But if you open this file in Excel, you can also separate it into columns.
Right.
But it's better to use the Excel one. Oops. Reopen, close, tab. And then the final format is JSON, which is actually JSON returns just the. This is for computer communication, so I just return the profile numbers to the asking application, so they can do then something with these profiles.
So
this is more technical stuff, but for the developers it's very useful because it's easy to use WikiTree Plus search capabilities to get a list of profiles.
Right.
So this is about the formats.
Yes.
But as you said, you can also display this on the map, right?
Lots of choices. Wow. Now, was that still a Virginia one? It should be all clustered around one little area.
No, actually, that
was the people alive, right? Yeah. This first century, yeah.
So now we got
wow,
everything.
Wow.
So this is just too much info for a map.
A bit much, yeah.
You have to make more selective results.
So Donna's appreciating what we did there. Thank you. And did comment so many options and fields, so many options. Yeah, and once you get to Excel, then and so it says Excel.
Well, there are some sorting capability also. Here you can already when you are searching, you can use the you can search by a few fields, but in Excel you can sort by anything you want.
That's right. Yeah. And even though it says Excel, that data file could be opened up in a Google spreadsheet, right? And
well, it is Excel file, so you have to port it to Google. You can have to port it to Google Drive, and then you can open it with Drive.
Yeah, because I've done that lots. Yeah, I don't know if I have a full license of Excel, but I use Google spreadsheets all the time.
Yeah, I also, it has nice sharing capabilities. So
yeah. And it's free, and you can share it with others who, whether or not they have access to the full paid Microsoft site. There you go.
Here there is another new possibility here.
Okay.
Let's go back to Virginia once.
Okay, let's see. Octogenarians in Virginia.
And now here at the bottom, I still have the max 1000. Let's below the table, where is it?
You can extend the search.
It's gone.
What were you? I'm not sure what he's looking for.
Interesting.
Okay. There's a next. There's a last.
Display results on biocheck suggestions. I don't know. It's gone.
There's analyze results and biocheck at the
top. Yeah. Okay, that's something that.
Is that what you were looking for?
No, I was looking for grouping capabilities, but they're gone somehow. Strange. They're not here. Okay. Nope. Okay.
So Aleš just stumped himself. Interesting. Okay. Good morning. Wally says good morning from South Carolina. And we've had more people join us since we began. So Mindy has joined, and Hillary's here now. Joke is here. I'm not sure who Joke is, but she has a question, or he has a question. Later on, Lamella has joined us. Bill had joined, and we answered his question up at the top. Margaret Stewart and Jory Jordan. Lamela, I think I had said hi. How we get here from genealogy, Brian has joined us as well. So we've had a few more people jump in to the fun. Did you find out what you were looking for, Aleš, or no?
No, I mean, I have to check why it's not. The result here should be a capability to analyze the results, but I don't know why it's missing.
Oh, okay.
To do the grouping.
I wonder if it's because it was already sort of pre-grouped because we chose Virginia.
No.
I
don't think so.
Okay. Lamela has a question. A weird question, she says. Is there a way to get profiles on my watch list or profiles I created who have a given name starting with a given letter, inspired by a recent BioBuilders challenge? So all people with the first initial.
No, I don't have a search by just first letter.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that was an easy answer. Sorry, Lamela, it's not the answer you want. But I suppose what you could do is just go through all the common names that have that letter and then use that.
No, you can actually, you could, I don't know, wait, I think the sorting, you could use the sorting to do that. So for instance, you could open in Excel and sort by the first name. Right. If there is a first name, I'm not sure. So sorting, actually, I have sort by first name. Okay, there it is. And now you just needs to find the starting letter, but here only 500 profiles are displayed, so you should actually ensure that all profiles are part of the mix. So now with 30,000 and sort by first name, so they should be now sorted. First name, yep. So let's go Dorothy.
Doesn't look sorted.
Virginia.
Okay, so
last name is Aaron now, probably.
Yeah. There's Aaron Abbott. Yeah, okay.
Okay, this works. Why is first name not working? Interesting. Oh, this is what I was looking for.
Oh, okay. Scroll. Oh, let me hide the. Okay, group field. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, Lamela, we may not answer your question.
We can
answer one
group
of ours.
by first name. Okay, and we will get 1,200. So in this 34,000 results, there are 1,200 Marys, 800 Williams, and so on. A lot are named Virginia.
Virginia in Virginia, yes. Who would have guessed that would have happened?
No, that's actually the problem, that we were searching for Virginia first name. So we should actually use the location equals Virginia. So
right. We didn't specify what Virginia we were looking for.
Yeah.
There we go. Wow.
Okay, June. We have more females than males. Oh, interesting. Usually there are more males than females.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, also on WikiTree overall, there is 1 million more male profiles than females.
Interesting.
So we can group by first name. Now we don't have Virginia's.
Virginia's not up there.
So you can then, or for by last name is also interesting grouping to see which last name is popular somewhere. Although Smith is everywhere.
Yeah, Smith is everywhere. Where's Jones? Oh, there's Jones down there. Yeah,
should be also somewhere.
Yeah, it's pretty number 7, I think, or something like that. Yeah.
So. But you can also sort by birth, group by birth location, for instance.
Is it thinking?
Yeah, this is a bit longer query because locations have to be analyzed. So most are most entered locations are Virginia, United States. Okay, now we also have West ones.
We have our West Virginias too. We didn't do the knots.
Then you also start getting certain places. So
more specific,
yeah. We can, for instance, search for Braxton. Would be maybe interesting. So we get 400 profiles, and if we group that by birth location, we have Braxton in Virginia, in West Virginia.
Wow.
Then, okay, most of them are in Virginia. Southern Braxton. Braxton County. So
looks like there's a Mississippi. I saw Mississippi, but it wasn't Braxton, Mississippi. It must have been a different.
So So this is a new option to be able to group the fields, to group any field actually. Oh, here is a MS one.
There we go. So it was a Brampton, Mississippi. Yeah.
Massachusetts also, and so on.
Okay. So going back to Lamela's question, if we did a search for like this, and if we were looking for just the A's, then that's easy because we could just export the top of the list. But what if we wanted those that had names with D? Is there a way to export a group from the middle of a list?
Well, you yeah, I mean you can here. Okay, let's go to get profiles. Now the first name is. Oh, actually, it's working now.
Yeah, it's working now. Yeah, that's right. I think because of the location, we had just the word Virginia, and so it was overruling the first name.
So now, so
there's
okay,
8 pages of people list. I wanted to export the third page of names.
Okay, so you can do that if you enable show results in new tab.
Okay.
And if you then click profiles, you get just the results page. And then here you have, so sort order is name, page size. So then you have here page index, and you can put there 5, and you will get the 5th page. So,
okay, page index.
You can use this to get specific, to jump directly to a certain page if you have hundreds of them.
Right. Okay. There you go. And then can you export that?
No.
Okay.
You can export everything. You can export everything and then delete the ones that you don't want.
Right. Once you've got them all in a Excel file, it's easy to.
It's easy to manipulate there.
Right. Okay. Okay. Cool. Well, I think we have. I think we've sort of answered your question as best as we can, Lamela.
Well, when you're searching for something, it's usually very fine to combine it with search of the browser. So if here, once you enter find, and you enter, I don't know, Virginia, then it's they're usually in yellow, at least on my browser, and it's easy to see if somewhere it's missing. So here we see, okay, here there's no birth location in Virginia, and this one is not in Virginia. This one is also not. So this is one of a possibility to additionally filter for something if you cannot do that by search query. Because once you have it all in a list, it's easy to see if there is a gap in between or so.
Right. Okay. Good. So Lamela said she hadn't noticed the sort by field nor the group by field features. So that'll be very helpful. Excellent.
And I also didn't notice the group by field before.
Well, when it doesn't show up, it's hard not to notice it. It's hard to notice it doesn't exist. Okay. And I think there was another question that popped up here. Lamela Joke had a question. When you do a text search, the default number of profiles you get is 10. Can I somehow set my own default?
No, but you can set it.
But you can change the default.
Yeah.
You can change the sort.
You can. I mean, no. Basically, when you come to you could here with the, you could create a bookmark. So you could create such a bookmark. So report. I think you would. So if you would bookmark this exactly this,
Okay, page size equals 500. Okay.
Yeah, and the search
Search equals 1.
report is search equals search 1. Now
Okay.
this would preset, I think, the page
There we
size
go.
to 500. So actually you can add this parameter to the bookmark and you will have it set. But it's better to use very low. It's much better for my servers to use here a 10, and once you are satisfied with the result, you can then increase this to 500 or 1000 if you want to get actually all the profiles, because it will work slower, and there's no need to wait computers until you found what you're looking for.
Yeah. So unless you know exactly what you're doing is going to work the first time, but you can see here with between Aleš and I, we have to fool around and tweak the parameters quite a bit. So yeah, try to leave it at the smaller number for now until you get you've refined the parameters you want. Then you can. It's probably a smarter way to go. Yeah. But anyways, there is a way with that bookmark if you wanted to joke. Let's see. So many options. Some more love for WikiTree Plus. And now Steve has a question. What is Maximal?
That's maximum number. It's defined depending on the format. So for HTML is 1000. For Excel is I don't know. I can have a look.
So that's why it's just the word maximal, because depending on the context, that maximum number changes, right? And now you're sharing your coding screen, which is very cool for me, but probably very scary for others.
Maximal is for HTML it's 5000, for Excel is 20,000, for comma delimited file is 100,000, and for JSON is 1 million.
1 million. Wow.
Yes, because I'm just returning IDs, so
just
it's
one ID, one number.
Yeah. It's not hard on the server to return 1 million numbers.
1 million numbers is actually a lot less work than 100,000 records with birthday, first name, last name, all that other stuff, right? So
yeah,
you'd rather people use JSON all the time on your server.
Well, I would, but then Brian wouldn't, because all other applications are using API to retrieve other data.
That's great. Yeah. So you win some, you lose some. There we go. Yeah. Very cool. So Joke wants to thank us for the bookmark idea, because she has some standard queries. So presumably that means she's already worked out the kinks and she knows the exact parameters that she wants. And now
the queries in here above, they do follow exactly the search you do. So now if I change this here and click get profiles, the URL at the top will change. So now here is this one, and if you bookmark this, you will get this all the entered numbers pre-filled,
including the page size number there. Yeah,
including the page size.
That is a very cool feature. Yeah, because it takes a while, as we've just demonstrated, to fine-tune a query to get exactly the information you want. So after you've done that, it is nice to bookmark it. And you must have folders of bookmarks for different projects, or others do. I'm sure there are other organized WikiTreeers who do that, so that you can get to the specific one again when you're doing a search. And Donna is replying to Joke that works well. She has a couple searches saved, and I just go to the bookmark, click get profiles, and it's just a 2-click instead of entering parameters each time. There we go.
There is a possibility to actually store also this page. So If you click the show results in new tab, now you will see that here is a different address. Here it starts with function, profile search, and this is exactly the, you can also bookmark this one, but here then it's hard to change something.
Okay. Okay, that's good to know too.
Then you will get directly to the result page.
Go directly there. Nice.
This option is, there are two uses of these options that I know of. One is like this: if you want to bookmark the actual results, and the other is for tablets, because on tablets there is usually not enough space to have left and the right part, or on phones. So there, this is a must.
Right.
To get the result, to be able to at least read the results.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah. So if you're using WikiTree Plus on an iPad, it looks the same, right? It doesn't reshift the columns around. No. Okay. Yeah, sometimes, some websites, you go to if you're using an iPad or an iPhone,
it's different.
It looks totally different. You're thinking, where is this gone? I'm on the page, which can be frustrating.
You can emulate the phone here. So on phone, it looks like this.
Phone is challenging. I would turn it. I would put it in landscape mode, but then you can't.
Yeah, it is better in landscape, I think. I don't know. It has. I think it has somewhere the option to use a landscape. But here
little, at the top menu there, see where it says no throttling, right next to that little icon, I think.
Rotate. Okay, so
rotates.
This, but still, you have then here the.
I know. It's a little limiting.
Navigator, so it's better to use separate tab, and then the results are
right. Yeah.
A bit. I mean, it's slightly easier.
It is slightly easier.
You can see a bit more.
That's right, yeah. Now, the iPad isn't quite as responsive, depending on what size iPad you have. Now, Betsy, who's joining us, or listening in on us anyways, she's taken on the task and I don't know when she's going to start this, but for 1 full week, she's only going to use her iPad to work on WikiTree. So.
Okay, so you will be like Peter.
Oh yes,
Peter
that's right.
Roberts also uses only his tablet for WikiTree. I don't know how, but he does.
Yeah. So we'll see if she actually ventures into using WikiTree Plus as well during that week, because that will be. I would say maybe that's a Friday. By the time she gets to Friday, maybe she'll be comfortable enough to jump into WikiTree Plus. But cool. Let's see what else we have. Didn't notice what. Bill, who asked us our first question on G2G, had a comment. He must have been following along. He found that there's 53 profiles who share his birth date.
Cool.
That's cool. How many share your birthday? Or maybe you don't want to share your birth date.
I don't know.
But you can just put in birth date and then birth date equals, and then you give it so it'd go year, month, day. Death date. Oh.
Oh, wrong one. Sorry.
Well, you can find out how many people died on your birthday, I guess.
I don't want to die.
But that's more morbid. Yeah. You passed the baton. Wow. That's taken a while.
All people are in
everyone here is
playing
with
WikiTree Plus. Let's check the utilization.
While we're waiting,
the server.
I think Donna is not up for the iPad challenge. Look, 3 screens to make the most of WikiTree. Well, I've got my iPad and I have 2 external monitors, so I'm with you there, Donna.
Okay.
That was the most challenging thing about Roots Tech, because all I had was either my iPad or my laptop, which was generally put away except for during the live casts. It was very constricting, but I survived. Okay. Earl Grey.
Someone killed my server.
Oh no! Oh no!
No, it was busy.
Busy.
Let's restart it.
Okay, Joke has 8 people who share her birthday, but she thinks it only shows the open profiles, so there might be more. Is that true?
Yes, because you don't have for private profiles, there is no public birth date. So
right, it just shows the decade, right?
Yeah, so only the people that already died can be found.
Oh, yeah. And since presumably everyone in our chat is also a living person, then yeah, that makes sense. Their living birth dates will be lots of. Interesting. So you have 264 that match you.
No, that's my CC7.
Oh, the CC7. Ah. Nice. Okay. For CC7 equals. Okay, so say it again. So that's, you were checking for birthday, or you were checking for your CC7 score?
I was checking for my birth date.
Okay.
Get profiles 4.
Okay.
They are no longer living.
Right.
Okay, with such a small number, I have many years to go, it seems.
There you go. That's good. That's right. Yes. Okay. So Donna says that was a cool way to look at your CC7. I hadn't thought of that. So what had you done with the CC7? I had looked away while you were doing that.
I have CC7. This is for a few weeks now.
Okay.
You can add CC7 and any WikiTree ID. So you can have a look of CC7 of Tudor 1.
Okay.
And okay, and we will get his CC7 number.
Okay.
Although the server is busy.
Tudor 1's pretty big.
Someone is doing some huge sorts, I think. Sorting one. Yeah.
That's the problem. We give people ideas and then they use them right away on WikiTree Plus, while we're using WikiTree Plus to give them more ideas.
Well, it will level up. There will be less new ideas.
That's right. That's right.
But the interesting here is that you can combine CC7 with any other keyword that you want. You can put CC7 and unsourced, and you will get all unsourced profiles in CC7 of Tudor 1.
Okay, here we go.
So, okay, here we have 5,000. We can add unsourced, and that's a way to check for something.
Oh, neat. Okay.
And we have 1,000, because you don't get here, if you put just CC7, they're not ordered by actual by relation distance to Tudor 1 or whatever. They're just listed.
Right.
Although I think it starts with it's the first one because it was the first one entered on WikiTree.
Right.
Because I do default sort is by creation number.
Okay. Good stuff. Okay. Let's see. Any other questions have come in? No, I don't have any. I don't see any other questions. If you've asked another question and I've missed it, then you could retype it, or if you've come up with thought of something, we have 5 minutes left. It looks like.
Okay, we can go over the new things on WikiTree.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
So,
Yeah.
okay, this week there was nothing new. Before, okay. So, okay, this is some detail where some users were adding Africa to the as the ending of locations.
Right.
So I added those to ignore list. I mean, I'm stripping those. If there is comma and Africa, I remove those since that's a continent. Usually before that is a state in Africa. So that is then used as country recognition.
Right.
So results grouping we already saw with the box where you can select the field by which you are doing the grouping. Then I updated the DNA haplogroups and also mtDNA haplogroups. I actually imported them for the first time and based the suggestions on those. So there are less false suggestions, or for 166 suggestions, it was actually taken offline last year. So now I reactivated it. So now you can check if you have correctly entered all the DNA info on your profiles. You will get that in suggestions. So I'm using the family tree DNA table for to recognize the correct haplogroups. Because now we will start to do additional validation to actually, if all the relatives have also the same DNA haplogroup, we'll start just with first letter, and then probably later also with inheritance of the haplogroups. But this is the first step in that direction.
Step one, yeah.
Then a few variations of unknown were added as wrong last names at birth and so on. These were the texts that, so to be advised, to be confirmed, those were the actual last names of people.
Right. Yeah, that's not quite right.
Yeah. So you have to put unknown or uncertain if it needs to be confirmed. You have qualifiers for that.
Right.
Then, okay. In Wales, we did some fine-tuning of the regions because they had the problem with some shires where triple S's were appearing, like Inverness Shire with double S at the end and S at next word. So those were really confusing for people. So we fine-tuned the
So you replaced the triple S to two S's and a dash and another S.
Yeah, so to actually be in the correct format. Then I split the country index, so the one that has the recognized country into two parts, the region and the country one. Because we had quite a few problems with Wales, for instance, with Wales in England and New South Wales in Australia, because both were coming up if you entered Wales as a country. Now in Australia, New South Wales is a region, so now it is easier to separate those. So that's the reason I did this. So there are now two words. It should be in the help, I think. So I added here. So birth region and birth country and birth. So now you have three birth indexes.
Nice.
And here are examples where this change actually was important. So
right, yeah.
Now you can search for New South Wales. Otherwise, you got a lot of false results in between.
Right. Okay. So related to those most recent things you mentioned, June asked, "Hi there, June. Welcome to our live cast." She asked, "How can I add my haplogroup to my profile?"
You have to enter DNA test on your profile.
Exactly. Yeah. So
that's I don't know. Here, I think here somewhere. Now, if you don't, I already have the DNA test done. So here are the matches. Otherwise, here somewhere, it should be. If you don't have any, you can here.
You can see under Alesh's name under the Y. So the haplogroup only affects you if you have your Y DNA test or your mitochondrial MT DNA test in June. You would only have mitochondrial haplogroup, but you can see under Alesh's there, his haplogroup is R-M198. So to enter that when you go to your own profile, you go to the DNA entry, actually the menu up at the top, right?
I don't. Maybe. Yeah, DNA probably here.
Yeah, and then under DNA tests.
DNA tests. Okay, here they are. I did this only once, so I don't really remember.
You only have to do it once, and then it's there forever. So, but the one thing about it is,
here
if you do from time to time, as you test, or like if you add another test, or if someone else adds another test, sometimes these haplogroups get more specific. So if you log into Family Tree DNA, you might find that they've given you a more specific haplogroup.
So here you enter the test. You have to select which one you took. And then depending on the one you selected, the dialog changes and you enter this information, which it was probably provided by the tester.
Right. Yeah. So that's where you enter that. And so hopefully that helps you there, June, and others. And then Joke had a question. When you were showing about the CC7, she was wondering, is there a way that you can show just the people who are at CC7 who are at level 5, like 5 degrees from you? No? Okay.
I mean, you can do that on you have on WikiTree, you have for yourself the CC7.
Right.
So just a second. So here we have 46. This is my CC7. So here we have 4th degree, and now let's take the 5th one, and here you have the 5th degree.
Right.
I was thinking about doing it. I mean, it would be possible, but I didn't really see huge use in that. So I don't know why would people want to see who is on your 6th generation.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's a curious
unless you're doing something like you did the CC7 up. But
yes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think June says she's already uploaded stuff. You want to finish off the news?
And here it was February. I think last month we did check the new things already. So that was new this month.
That's what was new. Great. Well, we have filled the hour and we've answered a bunch of questions. This was great. We've had more interaction with our chat and questions from our chat this time than we've had in some previous live casts. So that's great. So thank you folks for coming out and asking us and keeping Aleš on his toes, asking some challenging things and validating that things are working the way you want. So if you have any other questions or things you think about, then you can add them to the GDG post or keep them for our April live cast, which will happen on the first Wednesday of April. It was just a blip this month because we were both unavailable for the first Monday, March 1st, because we were traveling. But next month we plan to be here, right, Aleš?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So we'll see you then.
Bye.
Thank you very much, Aleš. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, no, thank you for helping me.
Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure, always. See you later.